fucking drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing! It's rotating.
UFOs, or unidentified flying objects, are by their very nature a puzzle. To be unidentified is to be a mystery, especially in the modern age, when all the Earth's animals and plants have been catalogued, every country explored, and all our DNA has been mapped. So why shouldn't we know exactly what every light in the sky is all about? Here is a list of the major theories behind the small percentage of UFO reports that do actually remain unidentified, by which I mean those which can't be explained as satellites, weather balloons, atmospheric phenomena, and so on. Number 1. They are aliens from other planets who have travelled here to observe, or to guide, or to investigate with a view to invading or in some way farming our planet. Plenty of people do believe this. A recent poll indicated that 33% of Americans believe that we are being visited by extraterrestrials. And not only in the US. Darren Perks is a young Englishman who spends much of his time searching the skies for UFOs.
I believe that there's extraterrestrial life out there. I believe that a higher intelligence, extraterrestrial beings, have been on this earth for thousands of years. I don't necessarily believe that they're interacting with us now, but certainly a small percentage of UFO sightings can be attributed, I think, to extraterrestrial. Whether that be higher technology and they're working with the governments or the military, or even we're using their technology. You can't just ignore. You can't ignore that. You've got to consider it. So,
where's your proof?
I haven't got proof. All I can do is show witness reports from people that have encountered things after I've, say, screened them and, eliminated what they possibly could have been. Right. Photos and video. I've got videos of night vision videos that I've shot of what I thought were satellites on orbit, here. But when I've checked on satellite apps on technology, right, they're not satellites. So the problem with ufology, there's a lot of disinformation.
The second theory about the nature of UFOs is interdimensional beings that aren't travelling here from other planets, but from other versions of this universe. Recent scientific papers on the likelihood of the universe containing many dimensions have encouraged this view. Number 3, they come from the sea. There have been many sightings of UFOs over the seas, strange lights under the waters, or even ships emerging from the sea. These are called USOs, or unidentified submerged objects. And the oceans, of course, are one part of the Earth that have not been thoroughly explored. Perhaps a stranger variation of the unexplored sea is the hollow Earth theory. There are those who believe that the Earth is hollow and there could exist a hidden civilization there, perhaps one with craft we humans don't possess. The legend goes that Adolf Hitler and the Nazi High Command believed this. Number 5, the totally human and very conspiratorial theory is that the UFOs are a front, a distraction spread by the Pentagon and the CIA in order to disguise the experimentation and deployment of advanced aircraft by the US military. By making us half believe in aliens, it is said, they prevent us from asking what is really going on in the dark side of industrial development. How credible are these theories? Let's have a look. The alien theory. Well, there are two big questions here. How and why? How do they travel all the light years from other star systems? American physics lecturer Dave Thomas explains why this might be very difficult indeed.
So we're considering weightless fuel, low speed, and without Einstein, with just Newton physics, it's going to be 2.5 times one industrial age. That's So if an industrial age is 200 years, that's 500 years of all the power that has ever been used. That's a huge expenditure.
But if we say that the how is solvable, that a civilization somewhere has achieved light-speed travel, then why are they here? What are they up to? There are other activities that fit into this alien story. Two of the main ones are abductions and animal mutilations. Animal mutilations are cases of livestock, usually cattle, being found in fields with parts of their bodies removed. It's usually claimed that the parts, like genitals or eyes or organs, are removed with surgical precision, making it unlikely that they are the result of predatory animals. The cases are so numerous that they have been investigated by law enforcement such as the FBI, and they remain a mystery. But the precision of the removals has led many to believe in extraterrestrial involvement. Alien abductions involve people rather than animals and make up a UFO genre of their own. The first big case was that of Betty and Barney Hill in New Hampshire in the United States in 1961. They claimed they had been taken from their car, and when they arrived home they had bizarre recollections of being examined on board an alien craft. Since then, many thousands of similar cases have been reported. One major study of hundreds of abductees by a psychiatrist at America's Harvard University found that hardly any of them appeared to have any mental illness, were obviously lying, or were trying to gain attention for themselves. However, as always with UFO phenomena, there is no physical evidence that proves that people have been abducted. The same applies to theories of undersea or hollow earth UFOs. Where are they? The hollow earth theory has existed for centuries. A more recent interest has sprung from the testimony of a World War II pilot who claimed he saw an entrance to an underworld close to the North Pole, and expeditions have been undertaken to try and find this doorway. No success yet. As to interdimensional beings, although science is taking the theory of multi-dimensions very seriously, there's no evidence of anything crossing here from there, if there is a there. So lastly, we come back to the human conspiracy threads. The CIA, the Black Ops, the shadow government, all organisations known or unknown that are often blamed for conspiring to keep the truth about UFOs a secret. But what is the secret? For those who think the secret is that aliens have landed and are in contact with us, one word has become very important indeed. That word is disclosure. Disclosure means an authority revealing something, usually something previously kept secret, opening what was closed. In the US, there is a whole movement lobbying the government for disclosure of the UFO issues. It includes some former military officers and politicians, and has held conferences in Washington appealing for the truth. The fact that several presidents, such as Clinton and Obama, have said they know nothing about the subject has done nothing to quieten the appeals for disclosure. And for those who think the secret is that there are no aliens, only human-built objects in our skies, they have no hope that government secrets will ever be revealed. They will point to facts like the multi-trillion-dollar so-called black hole in US defence spending, as admitted by the then Defence Secretary Donald Rumsfeld in 2001. As much as 25% of the Pentagon's spending could not be accounted for. These hidden funds could easily be spent on futuristic flying weapon research, say the conspiracy theorists. So the UFOs have been invented in order to cover up all of this. One argument against this idea is that UFO sightings occur all over the world, in so many places that they could hardly all be American experiments. But the alien UFO conspiracy theory is one that will run and run, because any proof that exists will never be taken as proof, until that day, which may never come, when proof, impossible to ignore, may arise. I'm Kieth Foster. Our sound engineer is Christina Budurus. This has been a UR production. Thanks for listening, and remember, think critically.